Be people who I'd seen dead throughout my career in there, then I was getting arrested. I never meant for all this to happen, Matt. I love you, like, I miss you. I just need some help, like, I need you to just leave me alone and help me. I can't do it anymore, like, if that's what people think of me, I'm done. And I tried for about 8 months, but I wasn't well. I was so poorly. So poorly. Like, I go back to the death of that kid. I was having nightmares, so I would have nightmares that I was at that job and I was getting arrested, that I'd killed her.
So it was all like interlinked?
Yeah.
All of this trauma was interlinked?
Yeah. So then I would have dreams. The dreams started around, I'm obsessed with coats, right? I love coats, jackets. I have a cupboard full of them. And I had a dream I'd open that and there'd be people who I'd seen dead throughout my career in there, then I was getting arrested. I was having dreams that I'd gone to a murder scene and she was there and she'd been stabbed and I'd saved her, and there was blood everywhere, which goes back to stuff I'd seen with her, and I was locked up for a murder. Everything was, and honestly, when I say paranoid, it was disgusting how paranoid I was.
When did all this start?
It started after the first arrest. It started then, like, sweats in the night. I was changing my bedding 4 or 5 times a week. Anxiety, I had a really good friend who was in the police, and I'd message them and say, can I come to yours because I can't be in this house. Every noise outside, I was at the window. I've had Ring doorbells fitted. It was horrendous. Yeah, really dark. Then the Christmas comes, and it's my birthday on the 22nd, and she's now getting in touch with me. Have you been round and slashed my tyres? Because my tyres have been slashed. And then professional standards are ringing me saying, we know this has happened, but we know it's not you. And I was like, oh. And she's like, I never meant for all this to happen, Matt. I love you, like, I miss you. Like, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, and I'd never grieved my relationship. And so as a bloke, you know, I'm quite open about my feelings, and I needed to grieve and I never had. So that now had kicked in. So now was the grieving. And that led me to going up the hills and with the dog, and I climbed a tree, took my top off and thought, right, this is it. Just do yourself in. And then my dog barked. He was only a pup at the time. And I looked down and he was like looking at me as if to say, really, mate, like, I need you and your kids need you. And so I got down and I was crying. And then this woman stopped me and said, are you all right? And I just said, no. And I carried on walking. And then I thought, I'm in North Yorkshire. She's going to ring the police. They won't have a clue. So I got in my car, avoided every ANPR camera going back, got home. And then I was going through counselling and through the force, and it was poor. And I rang my boss, Emma, the next day, and I just said, Emma, I need some serious help. Like, I need to see you.
When you say it was poor, elaborate on that.
It was a connection with the counsellor.
Oh, right, okay.
She'd ring in sick. It was not consistent. She'd forget my story. I'd have to repeat it. It was poor.
Okay.
But I was going into a counselling service on Yarm Road, seeing other cops coming in and out, and I was like, this is awful.
So that probably made you feel uneasy.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
And I met Emma, and God love her. She came meet me on a rest day. She was on leave, and she came meet me at Red Kinnick, and I just broke down. I said, Emma, I'm not good. Like, this has happened yesterday. I was glad for my self-awareness. And I just said, like, it's got dark, like, I can't. And Wellbeing rang. They were saying, do you need the crisis team? And I was like, no, I just need some help. Like, I need you to just leave me alone and help me. And they paid for me to get some private counselling.
Right.
And that was amazing. That really helped. But, yeah.
Do you still get counselling now?
No, it stopped a year ago. When I got medically retired as well, they cut my counselling.
Right.
Because I was no longer an employee.
Okay.
Which I found not very good.
When were you diagnosed with PTSD?
So I goes back to work and I'm really struggling. And Emma's ringing me going, Matt, you late? I said, I'm not, I'm sat in the car.
What year would this?
2022.
Right.
Matt, you late? I said, I'm not. I'm sat in the car, like, I can't come in, like, sweating. I'd wait till all the cops had gone in the building and I'd, like, dip in and nip upstairs. If I saw DSE, I was shouting at them, what are you for me now for? Like, what? And they were like, Matt, no, do you? And it was awful. Not sleeping, drinking, Like whenever I had my kids, I'd be 8 to 10 cans a night, like just drinking and not good, not eating. And then I asked, so as part of my counselling, I asked for a review to be done. Okay. And to be honest with you, Paul, I just want the force to go, look, Matt, we fucked up. Like, we're sorry.
Yeah.
It went on for ages and ages and ages. And they wouldn't investigate response. They'd only investigate what DSC and DV had done.
Right.
So the chief inspector who'd done it, I really got on with her. I don't talk to her anymore, but we goes in for this meeting and she said, well, due to what Wayne Cousins had done, and Wayne Cousins has done this, and I was like, so my Fed rep had changed, he was really good. He tore into her and he was like, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. And I said, you do realise I've done nothing wrong? She went, oh no. And I said, but yet you're comparing me to someone of what he'd done. I went, what? And then they started to mention other people in the force who'd been arrested and charged with rapes and stuff like that. And I was like, and I don't remember this, but I slumped against the wall. And I can't remember much after that. And the meeting ended. And I met my now partner for a coffee and I just burst into tears. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't. Well, not now thinking about it. Like, I just thought, I can't do this. And the next day I was walking the dog with my partner and Emma rang me and she said, Becky's told me how the meeting went. Are you all right? And I just said, I'm never coming back. And my partner, everyone what? And she was like, what? And I said, I'm never coming back, Emma. I said, I don't know how that looks. I said, but I can't. I can't do it anymore. Like, if that's what people think of me, I'm done. And then I got told that I was showing signs of PTSD. So
where did that come from?
The FME. Oh, so I'd already been referred.
Was that via occupational health?
Yeah. So before this meeting, I'd already been told by the FME, look, you're showing quite disturbing signs of PTSD with your dreams. And I documented all my dreams, you see. So psychologist, psychiatrist, PTSD, you're done. So I get to my final FMA meeting to be medically retired and this doctor comes online. He went, I haven't had time to read your case. He said, he went, no, bear in mind, I've repeated my story 8 times now to medical professionals. He went, I haven't had time to read your case, so we're going to have to go through it again. Well, I burst into tears and he went, what are you crying for? And then I'm fuming and I'm like, so I went through the appointment and I thought he doesn't get it. But he was like a GP.
Right.
He went against everything and he said, it's not PTSD, it's a depressive disorder that he'll get over. You only get one appeal. I knew nothing about this process. The process was horrendous. Anyone who was going through medical retirement process, it makes you worse. I was the worst I've ever been. HR called me and said, you need to appeal it. Anyway, I appealed it. Long story short, got another appointment and they were great. And ultimately, I was medically retired in October of 23 with complex PTSD. 45-year-old at the time, can't work more than 30 hours a week. Yeah.